Hello boys and girls, Alex here. A while back I made a what I call a wheel kerfing jig to put curves onto wheels for sort of like T&J model vehicles, toy vehicles, etc. The whole concept of the curve, to make the curves, is to have an indexer on it to be able to spin it around and give equally spaced curves around the perimeter of the wheel. Now, it basically worked on the principle of a spinning wheel, locked somewhere, advance it, lock it in another spot, etc. Now, the mechanism I came up with for the original design was this locator pin. It's made out of dowels, dowel within a dowel within a dowel type of thing, with a spring somewhere inside. Now, if that pin breaks, I mean, I'm not saying it has to or it will, but if it did, I couldn't really repair it. What I'd have to do is pull this whole thing apart and rebuild it, because all that pin is glued within glued within glued and etc. And not only that, it's just a pain to get right. If you get it right the first time, it works like a charm. If you don't get it right, you've virtually got to start again. Anyway, I'm in the process of designing another jig, and I didn't particularly want to use the same didn't want to make one of these same indexes. So I came up with a different concept, and I thought to myself, well, why not incorporate it into this jig? So, without further ado, I got rid of this. What I needed to do was get rid of that and change this faceplate so I could mount this new indexer on the front. And this is what I've come up with. Here you have it. Now all you can see is the main difference is that piece has come up to give you enough real estate to put the lever arm on. The back is now gone. In future designs, like I've just used the same pattern to make these, but in future design, and I've plugged those holes up with dowels. You don't need to, they serve no purpose, they just looked ugly. And that's it. Now, what this does, you'll notice too that the index references are on the perimeter of that rather than on the inside there, because really the location of these holes is what determines how the indexer works. Now, as you can see here, to have 36 holes, or curves, or indexes, the holes are relatively close together. Now, this indexing indexing wheel has to be smaller than the wheel you're kerfing, because naturally, if the wheel is if the kerfing thing is larger than the wheel, you're going to start cutting into the kerf or whatever. And that is why I've come up with these gears to actually offset that from there. This way I can raise it up as high as I like or whatever, and I can then have the distance there to have a large wheel. This gear on the top is just for ease of moving. So, other than this lever and this new gear, everything else is the same. However, you'll notice that the indexing circle was 3mm MDF. Here it's 6mm MDF, just because I wanted more robustness for this. Consequently, there's a 3mm packer to offset that so you could line up the gears. Now that needs to be a 6mm packer. I've actually put a extra 3mm packer in there. If I ever make the jig again, I'll make a normal 6mm packer and leave it at that. And that's all it is. The only thing I really had to do is get a spring powerful enough to do that, yet not so powerful that I've got to struggle to do that. And fortunately, one of our local Mitre 10 places had a crash sale on of all these miscellaneous assortment springs, and I did find one of them that actually fit. Maybe some others would as well, but I had enough exercise stretching the springs to test them for the day, and I didn't want to get bulging muscles. So that's about it. Not only that, like the other indexer, I've made all the supplementary, pardon me, indexing references, one for 36, 20, 18, 30. That one mounted is 24. I don't know whether there's much more I can say about this, other than I'll go and mount it on the, mount it with the outrigger and all that, mount it with the, onto the miter gauge and give it a test run on my table saw. So, until 5 minutes time, or, well, actually you wouldn't know how long it's going to take me, but until in a few more minutes time, I'll get back to you with at the table saw. Hi, Becky, just a quick one before I assemble it. I just thought I'd mention for all you skeptics, it still works in the form and configuration. Oh, no it doesn't. Oh, no, it doesn't work anymore. Notice there, that doesn't release. Oh, I might have to do something about that. Probably just shave the corner off that and it should work, but hey, that's a bit of a concern. Oh well, there you go, just goes to show, you know, I should have tested all configurations in SketchUp before I get this thing out of the way, before I tried it out. Anyway, not to worry, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. As I said, just could quite easily cut that corner off. I wouldn't lose any strength in that, and not only that, that would limit how far that could go, so I wouldn't overdo the exercise. Anyway, back to the thing. I'll just go and assemble and finish. Oh, quickly back again, boys and girls. I don't believe in manana. Right, if you don't get around to it, you know, you'll never get around to it. You'll finish up with a square to it. I've just cut the corner off as I suggested, and as you can see, it works beautifully, gives you enough clearance, hasn't actually taken anything from the strength of this thing, and I thought I might as well do that now and test it out before I go any further, because if this works okay and then when I cut that off it didn't work, I'd have to redo the whole thing again. So, okay, now we'll go and assemble and see what happens. It's been a while since I've used this jig, and I realised that I had to actually take the wheel off because you need to align the centre of the spindle with the kerf line. That's what that line's there for. I'll get my head out of the way, make sure it's aligned. Damn, I can't see properly. Parallax error sort of buggers you up. Look, that's close enough. For the sake of the exercise, it doesn't matter that well. It does matter, but yeah, I'll do these knobs up on the miter thing. Now, what I've also done is you'll notice I've for the spindle, it captivates the nut there so it can lock everything together. You've got two dowels. On the blank side of a wheel, which you couldn't see anyway, I drilled 2 holes. I use another template to drill those holes, so those holes can align with that. So once this is screwed on, let's try that again. Once it's screwed on and tightened up, the wheel, sorry, I'm trying to reach over the table. Hang on, I'll put it on and then I'll get back. Back again, I've actually put it together. It's incredible how hard it was when you're stretching across the table. Anyway, I use this shim to keep the wheel, to set the level of this base, to keep it off the table so the wheel doesn't drag across the table when I move it. But that's all it is, just a little shim, no other thing. All that means is, other than the curve, I've got to raise the height of the blade by the thickness of that shim as well. Okay, I'll get the camera on the other side and we'll start cutting. Now I've gone for an 1/8 of an inch kerf. Not that it matters, so what I've done is I've actually used an 1/8 of an inch plus that one that I used to offset, and we'll see what happens. Now, one of the things I always do is every time I make a pass, I usually take this jig the full length of the table. I've just thought of something different. What I'm going to do is put in a couple of mag switches to limit my travel. Hopefully I don't exhaust too much energy. I've got one on the back and we'll see what happens. Now I'm not going to be doing much talk and thank lucky the gods for you, because the noise that I'm going to make, because I'm going to turn the dusty on plus the saw. But anyway, we'll see what happens, and I'll try and talk over it. I don't know why I'm screaming yet. I haven't started the thing. Alright, here we go. Dust extraction on. How simple is that? One-handed operation. Good God. That's it. Take the mag switch out rather than pull everything apart. Let's go back here and have a look. My God, I'll tell you what, that is impressive. I'm wrapped. I'm wrapped in the way that indexer works. As I said, sometimes I have to give it a helping hand, but by God, you saw that. One-fingered operation, tick, tuck, tug, and that was it. Hey, this is, again, I'll put this just about in the category of my cordless trimmer circle cutting jig. You know, work beyond all expectations. That actually, I don't know whether you've seen the video, that collected probably 99.9% of the sawdust, and there was just no mess. I could do it in my dining room and the missus wouldn't get too upset. She'd probably just say, oh, you need to wash your hair, you're getting a bit of dandruff there, but that's it, you know, not like copious amounts of sawdust. So yeah, look, I'm going to wind this up, and I'll tell you what, because it's laser cut, it's going to work like this. Hang on, let's go back here. Work like this all the time. I'm just so impressed. You know, maybe if I rounded that corner up over just a fraction, because it just won't go back the other way. Oh, look, I'm onto a winner. You know, I should patent this. Anyway, I'll go off and start counting my millions before I even sell it. Alright guys, catch you later. Okay, I'll put on a new wheel just to see if I can get the same result with a 36 indexer. Alright, I'll set the camera up and go. Okay, here we are with the 36 indexer. Camera set. Where's my dusty button? Here we go. Dusty on. Saw on. See the 36 indexer. Wow, you know, very impressive. I think the last time I jumped to, oh, that jumped out of the miter thing. But, god damn it, you tell me a quicker way you can curve, whoa, hang on, there you are, let's go back here. You tell me a quicker way you can curve that, that's just jumped the tracks, but that's beside the point. Pardon me. Oh, just as a matter of interest, depending on your setup and your table saw and the size of the wheels, if you can raise the table saw up, you could actually make this, rather than have the gears. The reason why I have the gears is because that wheel has to be bigger than the smallest wheel you can make. Otherwise, it's not going to work. However, having said that, if you put this in a box and raise the saw blade up, because you only have to take a small curve, there's no reason why you can't just use this part of the indexer without the gears straight through, but use this same mechanism. As you can see, that is just a brilliant mechanism, automatic stop. As I said, it was just by accident that this happened to work, rather than by design. I mean, it's meant to work, but it was meant to work manually, not automatically like that. I mean, that I can't say any more. Okay, I'm going to finish with this, publish it for all it's worth, and whoever wants it, make use of it however you like. And, oh look, you know, as I say, I might consider making some of these for sale. No, I don't know. I hate selling. I hate making money. Well, I don't mind making money, but I hate selling stuff. But, you know, I mean, depends. If one or two I don't mind, but then usually like with some of these, like this jig, the first couple I didn't mind giving away, although I asked for postage, but when people started asking for more and more, it started becoming expensive. And also you've got to consider, to post this overseas, you're looking at close to $60. You'd be probably better off getting the plans off me, the laser cutting diagrams, and get a local laser cutter to cut it for you if you're that way inclined. Or again, you can use the same pattern probably on a CNC machine. And if you haven't got a laser, you might have access to a CNC. Hey, anyway, leave you to it. Over and out, boys and girls. Back again, boys and girls. I got so carried away with the other video that I decided to just make a standalone little indexer. And you'll notice the feature of this is it's got four, if I bring it up close, four holes in there that you can then bolt to any other box or whatever, or any other jig, and you can then use it as an indexer. That's the 20 index wheel, as you can see. I don't know why it's working like this. Sometimes it jams, but then you just need to loosen it up and off it goes again. But there you have it. You can see how freely it works. You know, it's unreal. One click, oops, they're jammed. Another click, another click. Oh, now it's starting to jam all the time. There you go. It's off. It's going. I put this extra gear in there just to give you a better grip rather than that. And as always, that's a 20 index. It comes with a 36, 24, 12, 18, 8 and a 30. And of course you can make whatever else you like. But as I said, the beauty of this is this can be then bolted onto any other jig. And that's it. So leave you with it. Bye.